This would be my, I'm almost 2 months.
Okay. And did you work with anything wood before this? Or
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
all new.
very new for me, yes.
Yeah, I am general labor, so I was brought in to help organize the warehouse, put more structure in the warehouse.
I've worked here for about a year. I drive the forklift. I receive pallets. I pull veneer that we need for the orders. I guess you could say I inventory.
I'm in sales, so basically I'm dealing with a lot of customers. I'm placing the orders. I'm going to make sure we have, the veneer in stock. I'm helping build projects for people as far as, what they need for their, what type of veneer they need for their projects, and, sometimes even helping them with the vision of what they're trying to do. So
the trip will help me. It will help with team bonding for sure, and it will help me identify and learn more about the veneer.
I think first off, like the team bonding is just kind of cool, especially being new, being able to go on a trip with, your new coworkers, kind of, get to know each other while you're out there learning about the business as well. But I think also like when places call me, sometimes they're doing jobs for like malls or stores, or, they could be doing it for a whole mall. They could be just doing it for the Apple store, right? And now, I'm able to kind of see it in the stores what some of this stuff looks like. It might give me a vision of how I can make it happen for that particular client that's trying to help that customer.
Seeing the application of the veneer in a real work setting is kind of cool. You see where it's going and what they're doing with it. It's kind of neat. Like you would expect it to just go on a wall, but that's not the case. Like sometimes it goes on a shelf or a small space that you really didn't think about. So it's really neat to see what they do with it and why you need to be so careful with it when you're dealing with the raw version of it.
Before I worked here, I knew nothing about veneer. Plus going to summer, I never knew Somerset Mall had veneer, so that'll be new to me as well. So just learning about the veneer and like where it comes from and things like that, it'll be cool.
Behind Lindsay and Tyler, you have bird's eye Italian veneer. Let's say they go through and they decide something is damaged. They need a few sheets from us. We will actually supply this bird's eye, everyone.
It helps me a lot because I see like even in the slightest bit of things, veneer can be there. So like the pillars of the mall, I didn't know that was veneer. I went to Somerset all these years and didn't know veneer was there. So like it helped me realize how much veneer helps things pop out and make things look more inviting.
The bird's eye maple on the handrails. Like it was cool seeing that because I thought it would just went on straight pieces of wood, but they're doing it on cylindrical as well. It's very neat.
This is just a standard rift white oak, how it looks like in installation. Corded sapelli over there, down there. So see, when they're looking to redo a model, they want a number of different sheets, cross-grained corded sapelli. Whoever put those together, that's where it goes. And when they need 10 feet long stuff, so let's say the 10 feet, the reason why they put this border here is they can't get all the way up for that corded white oak. This one's probably a 10-footer, and this is chopped up from 2 different pieces on either side. When everyone's doing the veneer and they're going next, in the sheets, or let's say you're a taper, or you're on the press, sander, clip, flex, box, grade, warehouse, you're pulling order, even moving stuff around, you're saying, well, where does this stuff go? Very high visibility areas. If you look inside the store here, these posts are light figured anagray around the Macy's entrance. Obviously Macy's is a high-end store. Everyone can come in, and you take a look at the Macy's entrance, high visibility areas. So the veneer that you do, the taping that the tapers do, the press, clip, flex, all that stuff has to be very high-end stuff. It has high-end applications. Macy's is not a low-end store. Macy's is a high-end store. And so everything has to be just right. Our customers demand things to get it right. And a lot of our customers goes right in like this. So the veneer you do matters.
Macy's, right? Just that wood veneer when you walk in, it just changes the game. Like if that was just metal, it would be something different. It wouldn't give it what it. It's like you look up, you're like, wow, even as you're coming towards it, you see that wood. So I think I start right there when you first walk in the door, and then really just around like major displays on walls and things like that. You go to a regular place, it's just metal. It's no veneer, or it's just some type of vinyl stuff, so
For those of you who are left, the escalators have bird's eye. Is that bird's eye maple? No. That's Italian engineered bird's eye maple all the way up. This whole building is full of Italian, which is engineered bird's eye maple. We do make a lot of it for the repairs.
Really just, especially when you're going up like the escalators and stuff and you see all that like bird's eye maple there and you don't really pay attention to it, but you know what it is. But when you're going in the mall, you see that stuff and you see it on like the poles and stuff, and you're like, yeah, this is an expensive place. You know, you gotta have some money to be in here.
Take a look at this really exquisite piece of artwork here. It's again also using that bird's eye Italian engineered veneer, but on the smaller little tubes there, it's mahogany of some sort. A lot of exquisite work. You can see it's absolutely veneer because of the way it bends. You can see that no other type of wood can do that bend, but the veneer, we can get that curved surface, and that you can get a lot of really cool artwork with that. Again, everything has to be perfect, so when we're taping all the way through, it has to be perfect for a high-end ball. Let's go across that bridge. Okay, so this mall, or this store, Shinola, is obviously Shinola is a Detroit watch company, very high-end watches. I think they make them here in Detroit, is that correct? They make them here in Detroit, and for their high-end mall in Somerset Mall here, they got veneer from us. So there's a lot of quartered oak here, and there is some flaky oak over here in this showcase, a lot of flaky oak. Again, quartered, this is premium quartered oak here on this table. And you can tell over here, guys follow me, you can tell over here, this is where they're getting the 10-foot long stuff over here. And again, when matching, sequencing, this is all different stuff that they need for this store to make sure that it looks right for this high-end showcase. And everything's got to look just right. So you can take.
Yeah, I think when we went into Shinola, you could see how the colors and how that particular wood really brought out like the watches. You can see how it makes your eyes kind of go to those watch areas. And I think that's probably what they're trying to do is get your eyes asphyxiated on the watches. And it's like everything else was kind of rounded in the inside, but everything that was surrounded by the watches was surrounded by that veneer.
This is Lululemon. If you take a look at the entrance again, things have to be perfect. This is a 4x12 flat cut white oak. The one thing that if you take a look at, they would have benefited from is end matching. They did not end match, so that panel does not match the next. But when you have to do it, when someone's ordering an end matching, all the panels would run together like this, and they would be able to see, you wouldn't be able to really see, it would look like one big long piece of wood up there. But they didn't do that because most people, 99.99% of people don't look up. That's probably why they didn't order end matching up there. But they did order a 4x12 here, so you don't have that break in the middle and the side. People would notice that. So Lululemon, again, high-end store or higher-end store. Everything needs to be perfect, and this sheet this would be a premium sheet. Has to 4x12 premium sheet. Can't be just any sheet. So that's what they needed to do there, and it needs to be matching. So this was sequenced. This side and that side, I believe, are the same or close. Something very close. They're the same? They're the same. Okay, so this is sequenced, two 4x12 sequenced sheets of oak. Let's go to the next store. So for the showcases in those two stores, or the entrances, that's where they're using some of our veneers. Some of our veneer is for use in furniture. Burls is often used in furniture. Take a look at this coffee table here. It is extremely high-end. Again, we're a high-end showcase of a high-end coffee table in a high-end mall in a high-end store. And so everything has to be perfect for the burl veneer. So again, this coffee table, it's really important that everything is done. This is what you'd call jewelry box This is what you'd call jewelry box veneer for burls. Really tight grain on that burls. It's not a swirl. It's a really tight high-end burl for that coffee table end piece. They call it glass cabinet. I'd call it curio. It is, again, high-end burl, jewelry box type burl. Mappa burl. Okay, so when we sell Mappa burl, and they stained it dark, and then you get this high-end piece of furniture. Again, on the sides though, it's more of walnut swirl. So they took a lower grade on the side. So even on this high-end grade stuff, everything has to be perfect. If you take a look, the grade though is a walnut swirl on the side, high-end walnut burl in the front. But again, everything on the burl, all the taping that you do, all the extras, the taping, the burling that you guys do, all that has to be perfect for this stuff, because certainly people are making pieces just like this with the burls.
When we stopped in the furniture place and we looked at the, it was like a curio cabinet, and with just the burl was going around it. Like when you see the raw burl in the warehouse, or you see it, you know, in the office, like with the sample pieces, you see it and you're like, wow, this is cool. But once they put like the stain on it, the finish, it just, man, it just made that thing look so, like it's just gonna be like $1 million house or something, like how good it looked, yeah.
Yes, it was a table in a furniture store that really, it actually made the furniture set look better because of the veneer.
Yeah, it definitely does. Seeing the finish side does. Dealing with the raw, like it doesn't look like anything special. I guess the people that know what it looks like once you stain it, that's the reason why they're paying good money for it. But it makes me appreciate it more. Seeing the finished burls and the stained burls like that, it looks really neat. But a raw burl looks, I don't know, uninteresting.
If you take a look at the showcases there, where they're showcasing here in Somerset Mall, they have, it looks to be some sort of flat cut, engineered Italian cherry. Again, this is not from us, but it has to be perfect for their display cases. They got all the different display cases there on the side, and here where they have scarves, that also it's hard to tell what type of veneer that is from a distance. But again, everything's got to be perfect for this store. Again, what I told everybody before is that it matters the veneer that we put out. The defects, sand throughs, busted seams, split seams, everything's got to be looked at before it goes out. It can't just be next, because the customers end up being companies like Hermes or whoever's putting it together for them, and they're expecting the wood to be perfection. Now, it's not always perfection. Like let's say the end matching, sometimes they don't get what they didn't get the end matching for the top at Lulu's, but here everything has to be veneer that's perfect for all their showcases. This is our last stop. Hope you had an enjoyable tour of Somerset Mall. The wood veneer of Somerset Mall. This right here, Peter selected out himself. So we picked this out right here, and it needs to be exactly perfect for the application here in Somerset's food court.
When you look at it, some veneers can make things look really fancy, you know, and they can look modern. And then, you know, you come to some stores that are kind of looking like, for example, like one that's like Hot Topic or something like that, you might see veneer in there that might be like a little more rustic, you know, more kind of, you know, grungy type look, or, you know, it really can like have the vibe of what you want the store to look like.
I know you can put it on anything. You can put it on glass, you can put it on metal if you really want to, but like most people don't want to do that. But wood veneers it's nice because you can cover it with anything. You can put it on anything and make it look nice.
I think really just seeing it outside of it being in its raw form and seeing what the final result of what I could possibly sell to a customer, it's kind of helped me with the vision. Because that's what I'm trying to find right now as a newer employee. It's like, what's the vision? Like, how do I create this for a customer? Or when a customer asks me a question about, you know, when I ask them what they're doing and what their job is, you know, as far as like what their project is, I sometimes, you know, they're telling me what their project is and I can't see the vision sometimes. And now, like I had a lady who she was, they were doing it for a mall. And so now if I have a customer that is doing it for a mall, I have these examples now of what it could look like, you know? And then maybe I can even help steer them in the right way of their project or what they're trying to look for. And even like sometimes customers will send pictures to us with stuff that's already been stained. So now I get a chance to see what some of this stuff looks like when it's stained. And it also helped me identify like the species or the cuts.
I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't know that that they used it for that small of a surface. I thought it was, because the smallest sheet we sell is a 4x8 sheet. And I guess they cut them up and do what they need to do with them when they buy them. So it's interesting to see how many different ways it can be used.